Today we've decided to profile Davy Johnson, who many say is the founder of the Fruittown Brims.
Video. That was it. I never stopped banging. I started banging hard, then I got so hard till it was a shame.
Davy Johnson, also known as DJ, was born in Los Angeles, California in 1956. Prior to giving birth to Davy, Annie Mae and her husband decided to pack up and move nearly 2,000 miles to the West Coast, landing in Southern California. Many years ago, I learned Davy Johnson originated in Fruittown, Piru part of Compton, and brought the name with him to South Los Angeles, which makes perfect sense. However, besides the similarity in names, my partner and I have not been able to establish any footprints in the city of Compton. In fact, in 1971, 1972, 1973, Davy attended Manual Arts High School, the home of the Brims. Davy lived off of Normandy Avenue, just north of Santa Barbara Avenue, and he was a documented member of the Bloodstone Brims. When I've spoken to older Brims, a lot of them never heard of Davy Johnson. And those that did, they didn't know a lot about him. They lumped him in with the Manual Arts Brims. And then you have those that give him founder status of the Fruittown Brims. Davy Johnson belonged to the Bloodstone Brims and the Fruittown Brims in the early 70s.
I didn't know Davy Johnson was Fruittown. I called them Manual Art Brims. That's what I called them.
Okay.
David, Monk, Hollywood. Them the only three I can remember right now. I guess Teaspoon and Tomahawk was Fruittown then. But I went to elementary school with Tomahawk, right? He danced on Soul Train later. But his lady name was Teaspoon. She was a Lady Brim. But I guess they all lived around in the 30s, right? 36, 39. Davy lived off of Normandy, and I guess that was Santa Barbara back then. I'm not for sure. I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, it was Santa Barbara.
Okay. I didn't know Davy, I think he had both his parents. And he was quiet. He was, I didn't really think he was no real Brim, I thought he was just a friend of a Brim because he had a car.
The Fruittown Brims are located on the west side. In the 30s, they are a predominantly African-American street gang aligned with the Bloods, located in the Exposition Park area of South Los Angeles. Exposition Park is home to the LA Memorial Coliseum, which held two Olympics, one in 1932 and another in 1984. The USC Trojans football team play their home games at this historical landmark also. Fruittown's turf is west of Vermont Avenue, adjacent to USC, the University of Southern California, covering all the blocks up into Normandy.
What about you? Where you from?
I'm from West Side 36 Fruittown Brim. That right there means war. And that right there is, F Crip. And you got the, F Crip sign and the CK sign mean Crip Killer.
Big James Miller and the rest of the Harlem Crips found themselves surrounded by Brims in the early 70s. The Biddy, Blackstone, Fruittown, Orchard, Untouchable, Bloodstone, and Van Ness Gangsters. During those times, you had at least a half dozen gangs documented as Crips. The 43rd Street Crips, the Avalon Garden Crips, East Side Crips, the West Side Crips, the Harlem Crips, Inglewood Crips, and the Compton Crips. Before the formation of gangs such as the Inglewood family, Hoover family, and other anti-Crip gangs, the rival gangs included the Brims, Bounty Hunters, AC Deuces, Figueroa Street, Piru, Athens Park, Denver Lanes, and the Exterminators. Around midnight on January 12, 1974, young Davy Johnson and 3 of his homeboys, all reportedly members of the Bloodstone Gang, attended a party on the 800 block of East 78th Street. This is the founder of the Crips, Raymond Washington's original Eastside Crips turf. When they arrived, they found a rival gang there, the Crips. Raymond Washington was in Tracy prison at this time, but when these 4 youth realized they were at the wrong party at the wrong time, they decided to walk away. As they walked off, Davy Johnson was hit by a bullet fired from a passing car. A single bullet struck Davy in his chest, and he was pronounced dead at the scene around 1 a.m. Davy Johnson was killed 2 years after Craig Craddock, just 2 blocks away from where Craig Craddock was killed, and 3 blocks away from where Raymond Washington lived before he went to prison. And that's going to do it for this episode of Kev Mac Videos. Be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment and tell us who you would like for us to profile next. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.
Sitting reminiscing about the days of way back. Big kid, dollar folders, gun holders with the gym on the rollers. Keep taking the fire, but the dope shots don't make dollars. It don't make sense.